It was a time when we were divided against each other, when we were debating immigrants, we were debating racism, we were debating the role of women, we were debating who we are as a country. And it was 100 years ago, on the eve of the First World War, which became known as the Great War. Coming up, we have one of the biggest productions in the last decade. It's a 3-part, 6-hour series about America's involvement in the First World War. We changed from one America before World War I and became a different America, one that we recognize today after World War I. When war breaks out in 1914, it becomes something that people are talking about, disagreeing about in the United States. Early in April 1917, we get pulled into the war by a series of events. Woodrow Wilson went before Congress, and what he said was, let our objectives be clear. We want to make the world safe for democracy. And the fateful decision that Woodrow Wilson and eventually the country made was actually that America had a role in the world. One of the key filmic decisions that we made early on was to tell this broad story through character, telling it from the standpoint not only of the soldiers in the trenches and the generals making the decisions, but of nurses, of the politicians back home, of the public relations director who envisions and conducts the biggest propaganda and public relations campaign in American history, to the women protesters who chained themselves to the gate outside the White House. Some brigades of African Americans were among the first soldiers in Europe fighting. And at the center of it all is Woodrow Wilson, who is in many ways a very complicated character. The Great War boosted our economy, it changed our politics, it changed the role of women, it changed the expectations of minority groups in the country, it changed our entire presence in the world. You cannot understand where we are today without understanding the First World War.